Godfrey's been in my home. I bought him countless meals. So yeah, man, I just think Godfrey's a punk.
And I don't suck the blood out of black communities or any community and clown them and black women and on black men. I don't do that. Traumatized black women, fuck you, dog. Traumatized black women that don't like us, guys like you. So you should be happy that half of us are irresponsible, because you wouldn't have shit. You with the wrong man, dog. I'm telling you, because I'm not a punk, I'm not a bitch, and is fuck with me. And I'm telling him to leave me the fuck alone. And if I'm a punk, run up on me. Without your bodyguard, run the fuck up on me. That's what I'm asking. I don't get run the fuck up on me. I'll be in Los Angeles September 1st through the 8th.
I just want you to be open to the possibility of things that could happen, even though they don't seem like they can right now.
I'm willing to talk, but the other person doesn't want to talk.
What I want to say
so when one person doesn't want to talk, it's back
fair.
to fuck you again,
That's
right?
fair. That's fair.
Right?
The VladTV DL Hughley Peace Summit, also known as the United Nations of Petty or the Bergdorf Accords, recently convened to discuss mankind's oldest philosophical question. When someone's been talking slick for 6 years straight, do you call them, or do you keep your subscription to the FU Forever Club active? The summit began as a normal VladTV interview, which is to say, it began with two men politely dissecting their interpersonal grievances while millions of viewers sip energy drinks and pretend they're not deeply invested. Vlad and DL took a moment to reflect on life, forgiveness, and the fact that somewhere out there, Godfrey is still side-eyeing a YouTube thumbnail. At the heart of the discussion was Vlad's newfound commitment to conflict resolution. He has apparently unlocked the spiritual secret to peace. Two reasonable human beings and one functioning phone line. According to Vlad, every beef can be squashed if both parties want to talk. If not, the situation reverts to its natural resting state. F you again. And yet, amid these high-level theoretical discussions, there lingered the spectral presence of one man who was never named but always implied. Godfrey.
You could talk it out with people if both people are reasonable human beings.
Exactly. And in this case, Wack was a reasonable human being. Lord Jamar, me and him didn't talk for like 5 or 6 years, and he texted me, and we got on the phone, and we were both reasonable about the situation. We both addressed what happened, and I remember one of the things I said to him, I'm like, yo, the thing that really bothered me was you were like, yo, unsubscribe from VladTV and subscribe to Lord Jamar, and I'm like, yo, you're trying to hurt my business by doing that, and he said, we all knew VladTV wasn't going anywhere. Like, come on. Seriously, do you really think that really had a big effect? And I'm like, all right, that's a fair statement.
I will say this. I know, and I'll leave it here. I hope that you keep that same mantra in all circumstances, because I think that there are things now, and I'm not going to be too specific. There are things now where I know great people on both sides, and I just hate that, and these are all times and places and things. I just want you to be open to the possibility of things that could happen, even though they don't seem like they can right now.
I know what you're talking about, and you and I had a conversation, and you asked me to leave a certain situation alone, which I have left alone out of my love and respect for you.
And I had a conversation with him too.
Oh, okay, we can talk about that afterwards. My whole thing is that if you look at what I've described, all these situations have been worked out because both people wanted to talk. What you're talking about, the other person doesn't want to talk.
That's fair. What I'm saying is,
right?
what I want is,
and I'm willing to talk, but the other person doesn't want to talk.
What I want to say
so when one person doesn't want to talk, it's back to fuck you again,
that's
right?
Fair. That's fair.
Right?
That's fair.
That's how I'm looking at it. That's how I'm looking at it.
To leave an interview on back to fuck you again. But I think
I can be on that. I can be on that. I can be on that.
Back to fuck you again is the name of the new project we're working on.
The feud dates back to Vlad's comments about Minister Farrakhan, which Godfrey found unforgivable even after Vlad apologized.
Having the capacity to apologize is not a weakness, it's an attribute.
Yeah, and let me be clear, I'd like to apologize to Minister Farrakhan for misquoting him back in 2020, period.
I even told Willie about the situation with the Vlad shit. Is like,
it doesn't have to get to that point.
Yeah, well, it's two sides to every story, man. And
That is the richest.
You get money, you get diplomatic.
For 6 years, the silence has been louder than any joke Godfrey ever told on stage. Vlad insists the door is open, but as he noted with the solemnity of a monk who runs a YouTube channel, the other person doesn't want to talk. In other words, the ball is in Godfrey's court. DL, sensing an opportunity to look like the elder statesman of peace, hinted that maybe, just maybe, his two friends could apply the same grace they've shown others, perhaps even the guns and bodyguard kind of grace, to this old comedic Cold War. It was the closest thing to therapy ever filmed on a rap interview channel.
Right, but at the end of the day, me and Suge Knight had a conversation, a few months ago. When it really comes down to things, there's no advantage to keeping a level of animosity with another human being.
I don't think so.
Right?
No, I think
Not everyone has to be best friends,
For
right?
me-
But to keep going back and forth with someone, I can't think of too many situations in my life where that's advantageous to anybody.
I think for me, intimately knowing, and respecting all the parties, because to me, generally what I found is even with people I like, one of these motherfuckers is wrong. I'm like, but I don't see that here. I think that in this situation to me, there seems to be a miswiring, an unwiring. So I would say this. I hope that the same grace and hubris and nuance you add to situations with people that were like guns and let's fuck you and I gotta bring guards. If you can do that, then hold out the possibility of something else. That's all I'm saying.
Sure.
What we learned from this encounter is simple. Reconciliation is like logging into your old MySpace. It only works if both people remember the password. Until then, the VladTV doctrine stands. There is no advantage in animosity, but it sure keeps the views up.
Sure, but
And Back to Fuck You Again is the name of my new project.
but listen, have you ever worked it out with anyone without actually having a conversation with them?
I'm not like you. I hate people forever. So I do. I hate people. I'm going it ain't back to fuck you. I just never left. So
Right.
So, but I think
It's like Tom and Jerry, just on site, no words spoken, just
I don't
boom.
like you. I don't like you. And I'll never like you, and it'll always be the same. And even if I pretend to like you right now, I'm gonna hate you as soon as I get back in the car.